Hi, nice back here again, and today we're going to be having a look at another inbox review, and I've got for you Ed Hard's MiG-21 fighter bomber in 1/72 scale. So this, I'm not saying it's a brand new kit, but I believe it's only been out a little while, maximum a year I think, since they released the MiG-21 in 72nd scale. I've not seen anything to do with these kits because it's not my scale. So I wouldn't really look at it, but I love the box art. Okay, Polish version with a clipper see underneath as it's doing a flyby. So what I'll do, I'll put you on the overhead and we'll get cracking. So this kit is the weekend edition, so you don't get any extra goodies. You get just a plastic and 4 marking options. We get a little bit of description about the actual aircraft itself before then we move on to the sprue map, and as you can see we've only got 4 sprues. Where sprue A is, I don't know, B, C, D and E. So moving on to the cockpit, so we've got nose wheel going on, we have cockpit floor, side walls for the cockpit, instrument panel, and then some bulkheads going together. So that builds up really quickly. Moving then on to the main undercarriage bay, as you can see here. So this is very reminiscent of their 148 version. I've built a few of these and they're lovely kits. So we've got the main wheel bay, we've got the engine going together, or the engine nozzle. We've got some more sidewalls going on down here before we move on to joining the fuselage together. We've got a ring to keep the nose support open. Then we've got, again, everything going in to make sure it all joins together. We've then got some bits going into the actual wheel bays. These are slightly different. It's a lot more simplified than the 48 version, before we then sandwich the wings together. Next up, putting the spine on the aircraft. So this is all one piece, which then goes on to the fuselage. The wheel wells go in, the wings go up, and then we've got the ring on the nose before the actual engine bit goes on the back. Some more little odds and sods, a coning for the instrument panel, tails going on, control surfaces, getting ready with the wheels, air brakes open or closed, as you can see just there, the big ventral fin, a sensor or something going on the front, and then we've got the main wheels going together before they then get added to the aircraft. Bay doors going on, and then we have some of the weapons going on. So we've got some of these, I don't know what they are actually. Yeah, well, we've got some of these bigger weapons going on. Open air brake for the like we saw before, so we put the separate part in, so we've got the air brake that can be open. We've then got the seat going together with a decal for the harnesses, which slots straight in. Pit tubes going on, canopy, the nose cone, which this is slightly different to the 48 version. You have to install that first, so I actually like the way it's doing it, so you can paint that up because normally a different colour to the rest of the aircraft. Canopy going on, open canopy. Then we've got our external fuel tank pylons and weapons pylons, and then we've got our external fuel tanks. We've got a UB16, we've got some R13s, R3s, FAB 250s, R60s, RS624s and RS2 USs. and then how all those can get loaded onto the actual aircraft itself. Moving on to the markings, so we've got one from Poland, like I said. This is box art, and you can see it's got I think it's a sterling on the front, because you've got the long spike on the nose. Fish bed in a overall light grey colour. We've then got a Czechoslovakia version, again overall light grey, but with this really colourful spine, so blue, red and white spine for the colours for the Czechoslovakian Air Force, or the country even. So we've got the German Democratic Republic from 1990. So this, you can see we've got the normal belly colours, but a light brown over olive drab scheme. Quite a striking scheme, actually. I really like that one. And then last but not least, we've got an Egyptian scheme. Again, really colourful, normal Egyptian scheme. That'd be quite fun to actually build and paint, I think. And then we've got our stenciled data for the pylons, the weapons and the aircraft itself. So we've got the lower and upper, and then we've got the side ones, and then we've just got some extra bits you can get for it. So let's move on to the plastic parts. They're all in one bag, so we'll just get them out and we'll just go through them. So starting with the first sprue, okay, as you can see we've got wings, fuselage, tail, and looking at these, it's really nice. Wow, fine detail with the rivets, panel lines. Fuselage looks really nicely done. Tail, burner, so for the burner can, and then we've got the actual tail itself that fits over, so it hides the seam line down the spine. I like that it's all one piece. I also can't remember where the 48th version was all one piece. Some nice detail, some really nice detail actually, for the internals. So we've got some lovely raised detail for the wheel wells. It's really fine, really nice. But it's tiny. It's a tiny thing. Not used to 1/72. Next up, we have some of the. So just be careful with those parts. These parts see they're twisted. We've got the nose cone there, lovely. Air brakes, main wheel wells, wheels, all one piece. Fan blades, the seats, bloody lovely. Really is nice there. Okay, we've got this part here. It's got a little bit of flash, but it's only a little bit of flash actually on the part just there. The rest is lovely and fine. So just a little bit of flash there. Again, some nice detail on the actual wheelbase, the engine nozzle itself. There's some nice detail in there. It might struggle to get rid of the seam line down the center. I can't remember how deep it went in the 48s to see whether how deep it is here. And there we've got the actual nozzle itself. It looks really nice. Fine detail on the panels. So a nice decal on there if you can get it to sit, or picking that out with some gel pen or something should make it really pop out. So this sprue is all the weapons. So you can see we've got the fuel tank, and it's got the raised panel lines, or they would be like weld lines. Trying to deal with them when they actually join together, that might be a bit of a pain. Same on these tanks as well. And again, looking all around, some nice detail. One piece missiles, which is great. All round, it's just the bigger ones like this one here, where they don't have the fins for top and bottom, but the rest they've all got them. And again, some really nice fine detail all over the actual sprue. Next up, clear parts. Now, we normally don't have any problems with Edard clear parts. Are normally absolutely super clear, and other than this one having a little bit of a scratch on it, which should be able to easily buff it out, you'll have to make sure which version you are building, because we've got 3 different main canopies. We've got the instrument panel on here as well. I don't know whether there's another one in there, but got it. So what you can do is, if you can manage it, that is you can put the decal, if there is a decal, which we'll have a look at in a minute, there is, over the back, and then you've got the glass coming through, or you can lay it on the top and just add some glass with varnish or whatever like that. Last but not least is the decals. So let's just have a look. Oops. Put that over there. We'll only get the one sheet out, I think. So we are. So this is Edard's decals. Now I have recently built a Spitfire of theirs, and I used all their decals to see how they get on, and I didn't have any issues with them. All the carrier film, I managed to peel it off, though I probably could have got away with not taking the carrier film off. But again, it's each to their own. If you want to take it off, you take it off. If you don't. Simple as. But that's the actual decals. They look really nice. Massive amounts of carrier film, but again, it's really, really thin. So if you want to take it off, you can. If you don't have to. So that's Edard's MiG-21, short and sweet. There's not a lot to it, 3 sprues, but it's going to build up to be quite an impressive model in 1/72. There's a lot of lovely detail on there, really, really fine rivets, really fine recessed panel lines, and what is it, £10 or thereabouts. Okay, you won't really have any issues with this, I can see. Anyway, that's it from me. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.